Hello again. Ian Iliona here. Another day in Los Angeles. Another day of PTSD triggers. I haven't podcast for a while because I was doing everything in my power to remove myself from this situation of easy access to myself. Because I think that is part of the issue. The issue is I'm far too accessible. I don't have a place of my own, and I can't zone out women jumping out at me. Case in point, I go out and there's literally a woman waiting for me outside the door. That's the only way that I can describe it because how else could you time it perfectly that you're in my doorway? Not right coming, down the hallway, not coming up the hallway. You're in my doorway. How can you time that? Unless you were waiting, which makes me think, what do Americans want? I mean, what's your end goal here? Because I mean, I seriously want to go to Ireland. I seriously want to go, but if you go to another country, you're giving up the freedoms that you have here, even if they don't feel like freedoms. I have the freedom as an American citizen to do a scientific outpost in a remote area in order to continue my scientific research. I can't go to another country and say, hey, I know I'm here as a tourist, but could I just do some scientific research here? It's like, no, I could do a humanitarian project, but I couldn't do that. That they would have issue with. But in America, I can draft a proposal, present it to local city council and say, "Hey, I need this amount of area, I need this in order to deal with wastewater, I need to have clean drinking water, I need to do a lot of things." But that's what I want to do because to me, I don't care what you think I want. I'll tell you what I want. I want to go to Mars. I want this country to want to go to Mars, but this country doesn't really want to go to Mars. And that I have to make peace with and say, this is my project. I'm going to move forward with it. So, as much as I would like to go to Europe and enjoy people who don't suck quite as much as Americans do with this weird peekaboo thing, and then taking over the internet where I don't watch anything with GTA, like, I'm not interested, but like watching people like the minute I try to do this YouTube video, I see someone getting run over. I'm like, I don't need that kind of energy. I just don't. Like, I play my fantasy games. I don't know why you would put that in the universe. Like, it took up the whole entire screen. Like, it wouldn't let me exit it. So, whatever. That's what it means to live in America. I've had to deal with that on occasion. I've had to deal with Americans that just said, fuck it, all people have to die. That's how Americans think. They snap and then they literally just seek to destroy and kill anything that's around them. They have help. Clearly they have to have help because there's people who go insane and then there's people who are seduced into it, let's say. So all I could do, because this person is a guest, creepy guest, but yet still a guest, because she's tried to talk to me too. It's like, no, I'm coming out my fucking door. I close the door behind me. I block myself, and that's it. There's nothing more you can do with that kind of situation. You just say, you block yourself. You hope, you're not going to get hurt in a way, but that's it. America is going to war with foreign nations. I don't care. I don't care. And no, 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 no. Gutierrez is saying war is not the answer. We need a pathway to peace. No, you don't. You need a purpose. The reason why we have war is not because we disagree, it's because we're bored. Let's be honest. You need something to dominate the fucking news cycles. You need something to get people riled up, something for you to discuss in the water coolers around them. I don't know if you'd be in them. That'd be kind of weird. Mm. Either way, that's how the world works. Smoothie break. Mm. So here I am. You got a PTSD trigger out of me, and I'm going to turn this into a discussion because somebody has to. We take young men in our nation, best, brightest, bravest, and we just fling them into these conflicts. Just fling them there. It's yeah, just sort it out for us. We don't use diplomacy, and we don't give another option. We're protecting American interests. Sure you are. Sure you are. You know what an American interest is? Not having to live in America. Not having to deal with crime, war, famine, poverty, any of it. But you could do that in space. You can't do that here. Because here there's always one more reason to be impoverished, deferred, or coerced out of your dream. Whatever your dream might be. My dream, to be a Martian. Your dream might be different. Your dream might be to just raise your family. But then why are you still raising your family in an America that has gun violence in schools? Why are you still raising your family in an area that won't raise the curb in order to protect your kids from bad motorists? These are the issues that I deal with. I want to move to a town where I can go to city council, tell them, can we fix some of this? And they say yes or no. And if they say no, then fuck it, I gotta build this town. I gotta build this town. And unfortunately, because I'm of the attitude of I want to build a brand new town, that means that I have to stay here in America. I have to exercise the civil liberties that I have to say incorporation is a good thing. Incorporation is wonderful. And Americans ignore this simple fact that if you know a group of people, if you got a bunch of mates about you and you say, I know you, like I know you for a little while, I don't know what you're going through, but you seem to be stable enough. How about you live either with me or by me? Have a good neighbor. having good neighbors, having people you could say, I could leave my door open. I would lose a lot of heat that way. But maybe in the right neighborhood, you don't get robbed. Maybe in the right neighborhood, you just get left alone. Or you have a friend that says, doors open, let me bring over the beer, let me bring over some food. It's like, I don't know if you were looking for a party, but we'll have a party. But that's the kind of thing that in America we just ignore. We just ignore the idea that you can have safety, you can have security, you can have privacy, you can have all things. You just can't have it in the cities and towns as they are. Because the cities and towns that they are filled with good, decent people and some really bad people. And the good, decent people, they're fine. They're great. Absolutely great. But what about the bad people? Well, some people are just bad all the time, but then there are some people who just have moments of pure evil. But the ones that are bad all the time, I mean, they have places for that clearly, but the ones that are just spontaneously evil, there's no way to know for sure. There's no way. And that is a scary way to live. So, what do you do? The solution has always been here. Have the town. Have Seattle. Like when Seattle complains, oh my God, there's homeless people everywhere, and I was yelled at, and this person was violent, and blah, 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 blah. I hear them, and then I also say, well, then why do you live there? Like, if you know X plus Y equals Z, why are you leaving there? Just, I would say Z, but, X plus Y, X plus Y equals Z is, I don't know, just doesn't roll off the tongue quite as well. Mm. Either way, we need new towns. We need new towns. Your president can talk to you about immigrants. Your president can talk to you about border security, how foreign nations are trying to steal your Wi Fi, which may or may not be true. I just want to talk about simple things. Why don't we have new towns? Why don't people come together and say, we don't have to live this way? We don't have to live this way at all. You have towns where the streets filled with potholes, broken needles, glass everywhere. But why are you there then? This is why, despite the pressure that these Americans are trying to put me under, I refuse to cave. I refuse to cave and say, I need a place immediately. Oh, I have to sign a lease. I have to sign a lease. Because I'm sorry, that's what you've done to everyone. I'm not everyone, I'm a veteran. So I do have PTSD and you do stress me out. And yes, I would like to have an entire day where creepy women aren't outside my door. But that's neither here nor there. Oh, and by the way, enjoy that fucking new song that I put out, Global Warming, the one with the ass in the air. Fuck you. That's what you get. That's what you get. You don't get me punching you in the fucking face for showing up outside my door like a fucking creep. You don't get a punch in the face. That would be too good for you. And that's what Americans really want. They want the veteran with the PTSD from military sexual trauma to go so fucking crazy that he punches a woman in the face. No, no, no. No, 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 no. That would be too good for you. That would be too good for you. So instead, you're going to enjoy every piece of artwork, pure, beautiful artwork, as I fucking drag you and your disgusting people through the fucking mud like you deserve. That's what you get. That would be justice. Please enjoy my new song, Global Warming. It is dedicated to all these fucking creepy people who try and force me as a disabled person to act in a violent manner. Yes, to protect myself, but to overstep the bounds, that I won't do. No, I won't do that for you. No, 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 no. No. So enjoy that. Enjoy the next song that I will probably do, and the song after that, and the song after that, until I finally dismiss all of you from my life and continue being the scientist that I am. Because, as I said, I disagree with all of you, I hate all of you, but if I can drag your ignorant, disgusting American asses out of the fires that you set, that's what I'll do. My name is Ian Iliona. I'm an environmentalist, a human rights activist, a mutant, a werewolf, a veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma, proud owner of Mars Now, a space agency. I hope to see you on the next podcast.